Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to film a favorites of the month for you, and these are things that I've really enjoyed using this past month, so I hope that you'll find them interesting as well. And wherever possible, I will try to add the link to these items in the description box, so that if you're interested in purchasing the items yourself or just finding out more information about them, then you can do so. Okay, so let's get started. Right, so the first item I'd like to share with you is this little beauty here. And this is the Louis Vuitton pocket organizer. I think they actually, they call it a pocket organizer or card holder. And this is in the monogram print. Now, this is really the first time that I've really gotten into using card holders, because I've always been one of those girls that carry everything in one big wallet. And this is the one that I've been using for absolute years. And you can tell it's really worn. But I like things with loads and loads of zips and compartments, and this one is just amazing. This has got like 1 million card slots and loads of pockets, even zip compartment for coins, plus look how many pockets there are. I mean, seriously. And then another one here, and then you've got all 8 credit card slots here. Then you flip over, then you can put your ID cards, more slots, and then you've got the notes. I absolutely love this wallet to death, and I've had this for many years now, so it's actually lasted really well, and it's still in pretty good shape, but the stitches is coming apart a little bit here, so I'm gonna have to send this off for repair. And so I thought, okay, what am I going to do in the meantime? And so I thought, okay, maybe I will look into card holders. And I already bought one from Burberry, which I really like. In fact, I'll show you that as well, because I've got it right here. So this is actually the first card holder that I bought, and it's a really sweet little Burberry one. So I'll add the description and the link to this item as well. And I got this from Harrods online, because at the time I had like a 10%, they were doing like a 10% discount sale. And this is really great because it's leather, except for the coated canvas here and here, but the rest is leather. And it's really soft, because some card holders can be really stiff, but this one's actually really quite flexible. And you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, so 2 slots on either side, so you can put 4, and then a large compartment in the middle for more cards, or you can put some banknotes or receipts. So you can actually fit quite a lot in this little thing. So I started using this, and I thought, okay, that's really quite good, because I've been really into downsizing my handbags lately, because I'm quite used to carrying totes and big bags, especially being a mum. You literally throw everything in there. But lately I've found a couple of sort of smaller crossbody bags that I really like using, especially for doing the school runs. And when you're using a small bag, it doesn't really help if you fit a big purse like this in there, then you can't really fit much else in. So I thought, okay, I'll start with a small card wallet and see how I get on. So I really like this. So I thought, all right, maybe I will look into getting an LV one. So I found this one, and this has got, again, quite a lot of slots, and it's actually called a pocket organizer. So let me just take, and then there's like another slot on the back as well. So let me I've got currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness. And then this one alone, I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've actually managed to fit 12 cards into this thing. So even though it's got 1, 2, 3 slots on here, another one here, then you've got another slot here and here, and then one on the back. You can see that there's actually quite a lot of space to fit a lot of cards. Like I said, you know, I've got 12 cards here, including, you know, including store cards and things. So it's really nice. And they actually do this in quite a few different prints. You've got I chose the monogram one just because it's, you know, I've got quite a few monogram handbags, so this goes well with it. But they actually got this really, really nice graphite one, which is in like a dark grey and a light grey, which a lot of men uses, and that one is really nice. So that one, they call it damier graphite, or the graphite. So I really, really like that one too. And then you've got the damier ebene print as well. So yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. So highly recommend this. Okay, so the next thing is this little coin purse, and it's from Prada. Now, because obviously if I've only got a card holder, I need something to hold all my coins, because I don't, you know, if I'm just going to, I don't know, buy a pack of chewing gum, I'm not going to put it on the debit card. If I've got coins, then I'll use that. So I was looking around, and I'll tell you why I chose this one is because I actually use the Prada key holder, which I absolutely love, and I think it is the best. Personally, I think it's the best because I really, really like the Prada Saffiano leather. For me, I think it's virtually indestructible. This one holds it holds 6 keys, but I've only got 4 in there because I only really just use it for my office keys. And they do have just a couple of one slot here, another, well, you can't really fit anything behind, to be honest, and just a small slot here. And this is actually my second key holder from Prada, because my first one got stolen, courtesy of my wonderful husband. Anyway, I won't get into that. So I was really upset about that. So I quickly bought another one, and I really, really like this because for me, I think this leather, the Saffiano leather, is so hard wearing. Let me tell you, I have dropped this so many times on the ground, and I can't even see not one scratch on here. So I thought, okay, I like this leather a lot. So I started looking for a coin purse in the Prada Saffiano leather. So I found this one, and it's a zip around, and I think from a price point, it's quite good in comparison to, let's say, Louis Vuitton or Chanel. I think for a start, Louis Vuitton is, you're paying quite a high price for something that is coated canvas, whereas this at least is all leather, and it's, I think, is probably more hard wearing as well. And this one has got 2 really good size compartments for all the coins, and then there is another slot at the back for notes and receipts. So yeah, I think this has been really, really good. So with this and the card holder together to fit into like a small crossbody bag, still leaves plenty of space for my phones, maybe a lipstick, keys, a compact mirror, packet of tissues or something like that, it still leaves a lot of room in the bag for maneuver. So this is why, you know, now I really like using card holder with a small coin purse instead of one big one. So again, I will link the item description, the link to the website for this. But you can also, there are a lot of websites that sell sort of pre-loved. For instance, if you don't know whether you're really going to enjoy it or get on with it, you might want to buy it from the pre-loved market first just to test it out, because I can't remember how much I paid for this. I think it was $220. Yeah, that's why I need to put the links to the website, because I'm absolutely useless when it comes to prices. I can't remember. But you can probably get a really, you know, the same one in excellent condition for half that price, if not less, probably, you know, maybe even, I don't know, 80, 90 pounds for something that's all leather and it's Prada. So it's worth having a look at some sort of really good, reputable pre-loved websites. And I will include a couple of those sort of websites for you to look at as well. Okay, so the next item that I would like to share with you are my two Dior tribal earrings. Now, I started out with just the white pearly ones, which I think are absolutely beautiful. They're so simple yet elegant and goes with everything. But then I wanted to kind of mix them up a little bit. So I bought these pink ones. These are really sort of shiny pink ones. And so that means you can either wear them in sort of one color, or you can actually mix them up. So I'll show you how I wear them. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you just wear the white ones in mono color like this, and then the pink ones like that. I think both are pretty, okay, but when I mix them up, then this is what it'll look like. So here I've got the pink stud at the front with the white pearl, large pearl on the back, and then this one I've got the white stud at the front and the large pink at the back. So both looks quite nice. I think it depends on what outfit you're wearing and what other accessories you're wearing, either a necklace or bracelet or bangle. So it just depends on how you want to mix it up. So I think, you know, that's the reason why these tribal earrings I think are wonderful, because you can buy, you know, 2 pairs or 3 pairs and just have a different variety of color combination. So I do highly recommend these, and I think they're pretty classic as well. And you know, they're not going away anytime soon. And I think sometimes they can. I think the plain white ones are actually really hard. I was on the waiting list for quite a while, and every time I went on the Dior website, they were always either sold out or not available. But I think now they're sort of getting more and more stock in. And then you've got the ones where you've got the little bee at the front, or the little tiny CD. But I think once you've actually, I mean, it's pretty to look at, but I think once you've got it on the ear, you can't really see it very well. It doesn't really show up very well. So personally, I prefer these pearly ones, but that's just a matter of preference. So, but yeah, do check them out. Okay, so the next item I want to share with you is this wonderful Burberry jacket that I recently purchased from Bistro Retail Village. Now, those of you who are not familiar with Bistro, I can't imagine who, it's basically a retail village that sells a lot of different designer brands at sort of like a factory outlet price. And Burberry is one of those shops. And I did went on a shopping haul there recently, and I bought this lovely quilted jacket. It's very lightweight. It's called, I think, Quilted Copford, or it says chino jacket. And what I love about it is because it's so lightweight, it's absolutely perfect for this kind of weather, which can't seem to make up its mind whether it wants to be warm or cold or rainy and drizzly. And it's just nice, you know, even if it's warm during the day, but if you're out all day and then suddenly in the nighttime it gets a bit nippy, and then it's nice to have something that's lightweight and you can sort of carry it around with you, and when you fold it up it's not bulky, and it looks really nice. The color is lovely. They've got different colors, but I chose this particular color because I think it's fairly neutral, but it does have a slightly like a golden sheen to it, but I think it goes with everything. And I will actually insert some modeling shots later on for you guys to see what it looks like when it's actually worn on the body. And what I like about it also is just it's got two big pockets, and you've got that classic Burberry check in the sleeves, and also in the neck as well. So not that you would have the collar up anyway, but of course when you sort of just take it off or put it on and people can see, ooh, you know, catch a glimpse of the check, I think it's just really classic. And it, like I said, it really goes with everything. It's got this lovely detail at the back. Now this was originally, I think, was $395, and that was already I think factory outlet price, but then it was reduced to $276. So I think this is a really good bargain because it will last me for years and years. It will go with loads of different outfits, and if you calculate, I mean, if it's something that you're going to be wearing a lot, especially in the spring, summer and autumn months, which is many months throughout the year, and you calculate cost per wear, I think it's actually worth the investment. So I would, well, in fact, I had a look, excuse me, at the Burberry website earlier, and they're still selling this jacket, but I think it's just very slightly different is they've got a different detail on the shoulders, and I think that's the price on the website was $420. So and that's all there is. It's just got two extra, what do you call them, like flaps on the shoulders. That's it. Everything else is the same, and that's still selling at $420. So if you can still get it from Bistro Village at $276, I would definitely go and check it out at Bistro. And they've got different sizes as well. This one that I bought is medium because I don't like it to be too tight, especially if I'm going to be wearing slightly maybe like a sweater, or, you know, I don't like anything that's too restrictive. And there was, when I was trying it on, there was another lady who was trying on the extra small, and then even that she felt it was too loose, and she said, oh, do you have like an extra small? And I'm thinking, I just looked at her and I just thought, oh my goodness, just eat some meat or something. Get some food down here, woman, you know, put some weight on. I know that's mean, but you know, she was asking for, oh, do you have extra small? And the essay was just like, I'm sorry, madam. I mean, extra small is the smallest we've got here. And she was like, oh, you know, like, I mean, come on, be real. So yeah. I think medium is a pretty good fit for most body shapes, but I'm not sure what is the largest size they do, but they've definitely got large and extra large. I think they do extra large as well. So they've got a good variety of sizes at Bistro, so it's definitely worth checking it out. But I will put the link to the official Burberry website so you can do a price comparison, and also check out any other jackets or coats that you might like that's available on the main Burberry website, and then you can maybe go to Bistro to see if they might have that same style in stock. So the next item that I want to share with you is a novel that I've been really enjoying, and it's called The Little Breton Bistro by Nina George. Now, it's a really lovely sort of feel-good story about a lady called Marianne, who is in her 60s, and at the start of the story you find that she's desperately trying to escape from her loveless marriage, because she married her husband when she was 19. They've been married for sort of over 45 years, but all these years he'd sort of been emotionally and mentally abusing her. So at the start of the story, she's holidaying with her husband in Paris, and she decides to commit suicide by throwing herself into the River Seine. So it actually starts quite dark. But, you know, obviously she gets rescued, and while recovering in hospital, she sees a beautiful painting of a little village in Brittany, and she decides to go on this little adventure and make her way to this town. And, well, actually with the idea that once she arrives there, she will commit suicide again there. But, you know, it's just really uplifting in the sense that you go on this journey with her, and when she finally arrives, she meets all these different characters in the village, and she slowly sort of discovers her own self-worth. And of course, you know, she becomes a real asset to the villagers. And what I really like about it is the fact that, you know, this heroine of the story, she's very different. You know, she's not like your typical 30-something career woman looking for love. She's in her 60s, and, you know, she's not sort of typically pretty in the conventional sense. She looks a bit frumpy, and it's just, you know, you really kind of get emotionally involved with her, and you go on this journey with her as well. I mean, you might think that it's a little bit cliche, you know, this kind of self-discovery, but I think the story is so beautifully written, and all the supporting characters are really colourful as well, and you get to know each of the characters because they all have their own backstory. So I just think it's a really lovely book, and while reading it, it does really make you think and reflect as well on your own life, you know, things that you feel maybe you haven't yet accomplished, things that you still want to do, maybe things that you've always wanted to do but have never dared to do. So it does pose a lot of these questions to make you think whether you are really living or merely existing. So I think it's definitely well worth the read. Right, so the next thing I want to share with you is a film I saw recently, and it's called I Feel Pretty, starring Amy Schumer. Now, I'm not usually an Amy Schumer fan, but in this movie, she's actually really funny. She's really, really good. And I really like it because personally, I could really relate to it, because it's about a 30-something singleton, and, you know, she suffers greatly from very, very low self-esteem. So she's got zero self-confidence whatsoever. And one day she goes to one of those spinning exercise classes on, you know, on the bicycle, and she falls off the bike and gets a serious concussion. And then when she wakes up, she looks in the mirror and starts seeing herself as the most beautiful woman in the world. So even though her outward appearance hasn't changed at all, but it's the way she sees herself, and then the way she reacts to people, and how she carries herself in the movie from then onwards. And so of course it becomes very, very funny. And I just think it's a great movie because, especially at the beginning when you see her, how she kind of detests her own self-image, and you know, to be fair, she doesn't look bad in the movie at all, but it's when you've got this little voice inside your head telling you that you are worthless, and even if other people see you differently, even if they think, oh, you look great, but it's how you see yourself, that, you know, when you look in the mirror you feel ugly, even in reality you're not. So I think it sends a really positive message, and I can relate to it because, you know, growing up I did have very I think serious kind of self-doubt and very, very low self-confidence, because I did suffer quite a bit of bullying in high school, especially during my A-level years. It was a really horrible time in my life, and as a result, you know, I did suffer from very, very low self-esteem, which sort of caused a lot of issues. So that's probably one of the reasons why I actually decided to go into music as a career, because music was at the time the only thing I felt I was good at, and the only thing when I was performing that I felt I could shine. So watching this movie, you know, there was a lot of these feelings that kind of came back, and so yeah, I think it does really send a positive message, and even if you just watch it as a comedy, it's nice, feel-good movie as well, so definitely worth a watch. Right, now the last thing which I think is worth a mention is TV series called The Handmaid's Tale. I'm currently watching season 2 at the moment. Season 1, I'm not sure if it's available on Netflix, but obviously you will need to watch season 1 in order to watch season 2. It is absolutely fantastic. It's very, very dark, and it's based on a very famous novel, and I remember studying it for A-level English and being horrified by it when I first read it. It's basically about, it's set in the future, and it's about where all women are sort of captured and they're used for breeding purposes, and the government is sort of like run by this kind of cult, religious cult, and it's quite horrific. So yeah, it's very, very good. The acting is absolutely superb. So the book is just brilliant, and I remembered when they made it into a movie back in the 90s, early 90s. I think it was starring Robert Duvall and Natasha Richardson, I think. And the film wasn't really that great, unfortunately. I felt it was very Hollywoodized. But now the TV series is brilliant. I think it's much more true to the novel. So definitely worth checking out. And that's that for my favorites of May. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like more of these videos, please let me know in the comment box below, and I will make sure that I will save all my favorites for the coming months and share with you in future videos. So thank you so much for watching, and if you're new to my channel and you want to see what else I get up to, then please do subscribe to my channel, because I do try to upload 2 to 3 times a week. So until next time, take good care, and above all, keep smiling. Bye bye.